Hello and welcome back along to the Highlanders career, where most of you have been asking about who just is available on the transfer market for the upcoming 2015 season. So here is a little quick look at the top 20 or so players in each position as we look through the whole total of 3,278 players. So without completely putting everyone to sleep with a look at every single player on the list, we'll go through just the key players like Wyatt Crockett, Ben Daly, to name just a few, Austin Hayes in there as well. The top rated of what we have to offer. So we're starting off with the loose head props, and we'll go down to the point that the ones who are so rubbish that they don't even matter anyway for our amazing team. So first off, you can see on the screen as we go through, this is probably the top half of the loose head props we've already gone through already. So if there's someone in here you see, do let me know in the comments so we can sign them up to the Highlanders for the upcoming 2015 season. So there's a quick look at the top tier of loose head prop hookers, but now we go on loose head props. Don't know where I got hookers from. Looking at the wrong page there already. So we move on to hookers secondly. Now, as we go through these guys, remember, anyone you see, let me know. Even anyone you don't see, let me know as well, and I can check them up. They may rate slightly lower than what we've looked at. But looking through these guys here, you can see the column in orange there is their star rating, if that matters to who you want to see in the team. There has their value beside there as well, so that's how much it's going to cost us in our upcoming wages, where we have the $1 million and 15,000 to spend on salaries. Of course, no one has been chopped or added to the squad just yet. Of course, some players are still in a team, but if they're on this list, it means that their contract is expired and that they are free to move around to wherever they like. So flying through these hookers here, getting down to the rubbishy guys, rating 50, not much here to see. Players in Tasman down to the 49. So we'll move over here to the tight head props instead. So as we can see, the guy right at the top there, he is worth a whole 126,000. That's quite a lot. Ben Alexander only worth 84 with the Brumbies, of course, but he is out of contract still, so the 30-year-old could be on his way to the Highlanders. There's Slipper as well, the Australians, all falling apart. Of course, Ben Tamiafuna is off contract, so even he finds himself on the list still with the Highlanders. We yet to re-sign anyone just yet, so get those requests coming into who you want to see. So flying through the tight head props now. Of course, the props and the forwards mostly in the game don't rate hell of a high rating because of the skills that the game just has. So you can see, of course, at the top there, if you pause it at the right time, you'll be able to see exactly what their skills are as we fly through, getting down to the low 50s again. Their age, very important to consider with this sign kind of thing. We don't want to sign players who are going to retire in a couple of years if we don't have to, of course, unless they're a key signing. So we're going through into the 48s now, and we'll move on to the number 4 locks. And we have Flip van der Merwe at the top from the Bulls. He is 121,000. Even Itabitha's there now. That would be a big signing from the Stormers. Jeremy Thrush, Mark Reddish as well from the Hurricanes, both of them. So, wow, Leon Powell as well. Goodness, there's lots to pick from here. Oh, that is it. We don't have many number 4 locks to pick from at all. But van der Merwe and, Itabitha. Oh, fantastic players, those two. Oh, Andres Becker. Goodness me, the South African locks are all over the place. Albacete. Oh, Shingler, there is some massive talent in the second row available. Not so much in the front row. There's Carriza as well, the Argentinian. Oh, Pepe, the Frenchman, 34 years old. Oh, Bartomoli, oh, Calic. Oh, you guys are going to absolutely go nuts with the amount of options we've got already in the second row. Maybe time to get rid of some of the lesser known players. Jason Eaton's there. Oh, Kalamatangi. Goodness me. All the locks are up for transfer at the moment. Goodness me, as we go through, getting into the high 50s now. Bit of rubbish coming through. Vermeulen, Thompson from the Hurricanes. A few players from Otago. Getting down into the players that the chances of us signing now are pretty low. So we get into the 50s, halfway down the list. Let's go to the flankers and we'll have a look at the blindside flankers. First we have Rocky Ellison at the top, the Australian. Well, are we going to bring him back to Super Rugby? Choice is up to you. As we go through, not so many huge names in the blindside flankers. Richie Vernon's there, George Whitelock. Now that might not be a bad transfer. There's Bortomoli again. Goodness me, is that Francois Lowe? Now there is a big signing. There is a massive signing right there. Do we want to have Francois Lowe in the squad next season? Carrying on through the list now. Getting out of the top echelon players, which we probably want to be the ones we're looking at. So we head down into the mid-60s. Joe Wheeler's there. He's gone off to the Sharks. Well, that's interesting. 1-year deal, and he is gone. We had Levave as well from the Hurricanes there. So plenty to pick from. A couple more players from the South African Unions in there. So just about through most of the blindside flankers. And we'll go over to the open-siders. Pochita leads the list, rating of 80. He is a top shelf player. Zanetti, the Argentinian, once again. Oh, there's some talent here. Latimer. Wow, are we going to have Latimer join the Highlanders? That's all up to you, of course. Very quickly we go out of the Super Rugby players. Liebenberg's there. Goodness. Now we have quite a few Northern Hemisphere players joining the list. Eddie and Rennie, to name just a couple. Oh, Nyanga's there as well, the Frenchman. Could that be a big coup for us? O'Mahony's there. Oh, there is so much to pick from. Adam Whitelock. Oh, that's not Adam Whitelock. Scottish Whitelock. Goodness me. Cruising on down the list, getting into the 60s. Bankersbergen. Great racing name there. Plenty of players here to pick from. Amesbury. Take your pick as we head towards the 60s, and we'll quickly look over to the number 8. So from this season, I'd have to say, oh, there's Fruglisler on the Melbourne Rebels. Not a bad player. This has been the problem position, the last two, and this one, the blind side, the open side flanker, and this number 8 spot. Colin Burke, boy. There's a name from a few years ago. Such a great player. This Colin Burke. Going through the number 8s here. And probably Nasi Manu's owned that number 8 jersey, but really hasn't been troubled at all from anyone else in the squad. And 6, 7, 8, I think, have been our problem areas. So if you want to target those, go right ahead. There are some big names in there. Some big transfers that could be made. Who are we going to get rid of though to accommodate these changes? As we run through the number 8s, bit of rubbish here. Round us off. We'll chock on to the scrum halves. So now, I think we're pretty well done here as far as scrum halves goes. I think we're definitely adequately accounted for. There's Dupree, a good player. Andy Ellis as well. Nick Frisbee, no club for him at the moment. So many talented players, but I think with the ones we have, Tanaka as the backup behind Hoggard. Oh, there's Devon Archer there as well. Oh, here's a talented player. There's DeWalt Devon Archer. Wow. Goodness me, who do you pick up here? But Tanaka behind Aaron Smith and Francois Hoggard, I think we're well adapted for scrum halves if we're going to keep those guys. Brent Sheehan's there as well. Cyril Pretorius. Oh, there's so many South Africans off contract. Willie Hines. Wow. So that does for a few of the top shelf scrum halves. Let's have a look at the fly halves now. And we have Stephen Donald at the top, World Cup hero. We're going to see him join the team, of course. We do have Sexton, and I hire West to play the number 10 jumper. But do we want to specialise in a new one? Well, that's wholly and solely up to what the comments all say. So get those thoughts in there. Of course, we have Sopawanga as well. We ditched Colin Slade, who was very quickly off contract with the Highlanders. Tom Taylor joins the list. Marini IE, veteran, still in the Super Rugby reckoning. Going through the rest of them. Plisson, great French player. Is he going to come over to Super Rugby? Issa Nathiwa, Benjamin. Talent aplenty in the number 10 jumper. Lavia, PC. Priestland's there. Wow, Reese Priestland. Well, is that going to be the new coup for the Highlanders? Going to have Sexton and Priestland. So truck on down into the rubbish now. Go on over to the left wing. Now, not many players on the game are specialist left wingers, so if you're looking at for a winger for the club, maybe wait till we get to the right wingers. As we look at these players, not a huge amount. Ed Stubbs, but the one who I've seen here who's already been mentioned as a possible transfer is Nicky Goniva, and that could be a possible one for the left wing. Fergus McFadden could be joining us as well. He is a popular player for Ireland. Peter Beetham, well, we knew all too well what he's capable of after facing the Waratahs twice. There's plenty of talent coming through on the left wing from these players. Inside centres, well, there's a name for you all, Sonny Bill Williams. A tasty 300k as well for the 30-year-old. Inside centre, how well are we covered in that position? Mike Harris. Is there going to be a new name coming in? Pundiaki there as well. McGeegan. Name recognised from the Pro 12 series with Glasgow. Going into the 60s now. Ray Lilo. Don't think we're too interested in him. Hadley Parks? No. Sean Shrevey? Goodness me, no thank you. Into the outside centres now. We have plenty of talent here with Foree, Kahui, Bergamasco, Jamie Stewart. Plenty of Ireland players in here. Fernandez, the Argentinian. Tuilangi. Is that a possible addition? Of course, I saw a couple of comments for him already for Tuilangi as well. Turner Hall. Emmerich. Goodness me. Plenty of talented players through here in the outside centres. Fritz. Noyle. Tompkins. Oh, move the column. Well, I say we're Ngātai. We're spoiled for choice here at the moment. Plenty of talented players. Who are we going to sign? You've seen the numbers here. You've seen the names. As we're at the number 12 and 13. Fekitoa. Seen a lot of people already are keen to see Malachi Fekitoa come down to the Highlanders for next season after ripping up for them in the real competition. So he's there. If you want to see him, you have to let me know. Not much else. Winston Stanley wouldn't touch him with the stick. Oh, and look at Tom Bowden. So many names from yesteryear here. Let's move on now to the right wings. And of course, Hoggard, well, that's a bit of a mishap there with two of them. We've got Tim Mickelson from Waikato. Rakabula. Paul Holmes. Goodness me. Plenty of talented players through here as well. Lamont, Masunga. Oh, Masunga and Stowers. How good would that be? I have to say, nothing is quite competing with the big names that are in the second row at the moment. Patrick Osborne, a couple of people already suggested him as well. So we could have Osborne coming down to the Highlanders. Well, we have to wait and see what you all think in the comments. So Christian Wade's there. Possibility. Tony Kunwayu. Will he be coming down? Popeliti. Cade Pokey, former Highlander himself. Darius Smith is there as well. Tommy Seymour, is he a possible newcomer to the Highlanders after a tasty 225k? Johnny Leota's there. Moala. Conway Nakoro. Oh, there's just more PCs. Camacho's there. Well, keep your eyes peeled here because there's some really talented players. Shipley. Could we get Dom Shipley? Nimani. Wakasadua, a name from Highlanders past there as well. So many talented players. We're getting into the 60s once again. I've said it a million times. There's Richard Buckman, another current Highlander. Is he going to come down to accompany his Hawke's Bay teammates of Higher West and Gillies Kaka? That is another option. Probably going further down here than time allows, but we'll keep going. We're into the 60s. And we'll call it there on the right wingers. We'll head across to the fullbacks and James O'Connor. Well, could we get the controversial fullback? Kurt Baker's there, such a talented player, but expensive, so don't forget about that too. Of course, they cost 300k. That is a lot of our salary budget already. Isaiah Tuiava could have been the superstar before heading over to Japan. Of course, he's still capable, so don't forget about Isaiah Tuiava. Matthew Stevens. Go through the fullbacks now. Of course, we're pretty well covered for fullbacks at the moment, but if we ditch some players, who knows who might be coming in and who might be going. So don't forget that we need to also dispatch players if we're going to bring new players in. We could sign some really big names if we can free up some money. There's Amos there, Halim Amos. Amos is a good player and a young player as well, which is important. Only 20 years old, Amos. Is he going to be coming over from Wales? John O'Lance, the Australian, versatile player. McLean, the Italian. Devsic, Cuthbert. Oh, the possibilities here for the 2015 Highlanders. Marty McKenzie. Dear me. Trent Renata. Or Trent Renata, depending on how you want to say it. James Marshall. Could we have James Marshall coming down to the Highlanders? So you get down into the 60s again. Still plenty of talented key players. Doolin, the Frenchman, there as well. Who would you want to sign? I'd prefer not to know because these players have just given too many ideas. Jaco Tauta. Oh, wow. The 23-year-old. He could be a massive signing for the Highlanders. Going into the 50s now already. And we'll call it there for, goodness, players to possibly sign. And that will wrap us up. Who do you want to see coming in to the Highlanders side? We'll go back down. This is really interesting, this one here. Wow, the names and the players here. Oh, it's a beef. Oh dear. I'm spoiled for choice now, but it's up to you. Leave in the comments who you want to see in the squad, who you want to see depart, who you want to see come in. Check out the review of last season and the contracts, who we have expired, and see who you want to get the chop. And I'll take all comments taken into consideration in building the squad for 2015. I'll leave it till next week where I'll decide who is going to get the chop, who is going to come and go, and hopefully we'll start the pre-season for 2015 next week, get over Easter and get into the season 2 of the Highlanders career. Also remember, if there's a Northern Hemisphere club you want to see a career on, an international club, no, international team, sorry, anything like that, players coming in, whatever, just leave in the comments for me. I get them all and I appreciate every comment very much. So take these 3,000 players and study them and let me know who you want to see wearing a Highlanders jumper next season. And I'll see you all then for the great reveal as who it will be coming very soon. So get those comments flowing in. Hit me up on Twitter, and I'll see you all very soon for more Highlands Career Mode. Until then, thanks for watching and take care.